So, good morning, everyone. We are the group 6, and we're going to report about the business letters and the report writing. First is business letters. Needed business letters. We need to write a business letter to maintain contact with the external world, including our businessmen, customers, and government departments. And also for internal purposes like office, orders, circulars, memorandums, and etc. A letter of writing may be less important for a small business establishment, but it has its own importance. There are also some means of communication, like telephone, telegraph, and etc. But they can make only a temporary impression for receiver's mind. The message communicated through this media is less likely to keep in memory for a long time. Function of business letter. First, the business letter serves as a record for the future reference. Back reference are quite frequent in business communication. Knowledge of the past transactions, agreement, and etc. With customers, suppliers, and like can be had easily, quickly, and correctly only when they have been preserved in writing. Second, it leaves a more durable expression on the receiver's mind than an oral message. Third, since it can be reached anywhere, it's used in a wide area of cooperation. Fourth, it is used as a legal document. And lastly, it is used to build goodwill. Types of letter. Personal letters are informal and written to exchange news to receive favor. Letters to relatives and friends are personal letters. Personal letters are written in a friendly, informal style, and non-personal letters are used for business purposes. It should be written in the formal style. The particular style depends on the concerned company. There are some classifications of non-personal and business letters. First, we have the letter, the personal and the non-personal. And we are going to first the non-personal or business letter. First, we are the inquiries, secure letters, bank correspondence, the correspondence of the company secretary, the application letters, the letters to the press. And under the inquiries and replies, we have the order, the execution, credit status and inquiries, and the company and adjustment. Second, under the serial letters, the sales letters. Third, the bank response under is the insurance correspondence, the import-export correspondence, and the agency correspondence. Fourth, the correspondence of the company secretary under the correspondence with the sales central government. The fifth, under the application letters is the interview letter, references, appointment letter, information letter, or the promotion letter, retrenchment and resignation letter, and lastly, the letter of the press. Types of business letters. We have the official letters, official letters, internal or memos, or form letter. The following are generally used in the organization as a fourth aspect. First, the official letter written of the government or city government bodies. Second, demi-official letters or DO are officially purpose that are addressed to a person by name. DO letters may be written in the matter requires personal attention of the address, the matter of its confidential nature. For matters is urged requires immediate disposal. Third, internal letters or memos are used both in government office and business houses for internal communication. And lastly, form letters are used for corresponding for recurring or routine nature. They are used in case of acknowledgement, reminders, interviews, notice appointments, and etc. Relevant details filled in the letter. For example, of the sales letter. Yes, sir. When someone approaching, you must now give your best so goal so that your colleague can continue to work effectively. To meet your needs, we have to produce easy affordable capacities. The detailed specifications are given in enclosed compartment. We shall give guarantee for 1 year against a reduction defense of repair or repair any part. At the end of the comment, you will find card. Please fill in the amount shall send our visiting card to survey your office.
If placed the order before 30th month, we shall give you a special discount of 5%. We trust you will like to avail yourself a special offer. Yours perfectly, MD Yaday, Sales Manager.
And for example, for circular letter, the Ronnie Software Company, Sabaneta University Road, Alabad. Gentlemen, this inform you that the Ronnie Software Company is now open for located at Sabaneta University Road, Alabad. Our store offers a complete and diverse line of computer software packages for both personal and business application. Our team includes finance, engineering, personnel, along with the software expert. Our packages are therefore developed with a thorough understanding and relevant work process. Enclosed for review, it is a partial list of the items you're already having available. We hope that you will come visit as soon. Cordially yours, XYZ. These examples of the curricular letter. Right. Their example is the resignation letter. Government Nagar Lucknow, 29 April 2008. The managing director, Quest Consultancy, Mark Wisher. Sir, I hereby resign for the post of assistant marketing manager and request to relieve me after an expiry of 1 month. Not this period, is from 29 July of 2008. As you know, I joined this company 7 years ago as junior marketing executive and was promoted only 3 years back. My career growth is low and I feel stationing in this job. With my experience and qualifications, I believe I will be able to get elsewhere as better position and more congenial atmosphere according to my profession. I must, however, assure you that I have enjoyed working in the organization. The experience gained here will help me make a more valuable satisfying contribution to this profession. In the end, I would like to thank you and college for courtesy and consideration shown me during my stay here. Yours especially, Ashimesh. This is a sample of the resignation letter. The next example is the bank response. No? For example, July 22, 2008, there's the number 714526 of 5th in July 2008 for S 5000. Please suspend payment of the currency refer to the above draw by the favor of self as if the periods have been lost. Since it happens to be check it. I have to request you to take immediate steps to ensure that it is presented for payment. It is duly sure. Kindly confirm yours thoroughly. So this is a sample of the bank correspondence. So for the next, the structure of business letter to be reported by Rosemary. Structure.
First is the structure of business letter. First, heading, date, reference, inside address, attention. First is the structure of business letter. First, heading, date, reference, inside address, attention line, salutation, subject, body, complementary clause, signature, identification mark, enclosure, copy, and the last one is the photo script. A photo script. So this is the format of the business letter. First is the heading. Most business organizations use their printed letterheads for the correspondence with others. The letterhead contains the name, the address, the telephone number of the telegraph address if any. First is the general name. The name of the address are printed at the top of the middle page and the other information is indicated in the margins. So this is the example. Johnson Academy, Chucho, telephone number, and the fax. Second is the date. Some letterhead contain a printed line indicating where the date should be typed. In the others, the type chooses the right place for it. It should be the type 2 spaces below the line of the letterhead. The date, the month, and the year should be indicated in the upper right hand and the corner as first. August 2, 2001, and the third is the reference. Reference is some letterheads contains with 2 lines and indicate of reference. So this is the sample. John's Academy, Airplanes. You are applying to give some correspondence reference numbers against the first and your reference number against the second line. Some companies refer to indicate the reference number of the correspondent of the body and the letters. Thank you for the letter number AB for 6th August 2001. And the fourth one is inside address. Inside address is the full address of the person or organization or addressing should be written in 2 spaces below the date and the 2 spaces above the attention line. If there is no attention line, 2 spaces above the salutation. So the name of the person, firms, streets, roads, and etc. should be written in the indicated source of the names in the dedicated source of the Agata address form. These details should not be abbreviated like Sir, pagbasay muhan, love, all does not written should. And the fifth is the attention line. Attention line is to ensure the prompt attention. Sometimes a letter is addressed to a firm or company as a mark particular officer that organization. This is done by writing an attention line 2 spaces below the inside an address and 2 spaces above the salutation. This line is generally underlined. Attention 1 is the sales manager and the second is your name. 6 is the salutation. The salutation letter is an essential ingredient. It's like greeting person who meet him, place 2 spaces below the attention line and there is no such line. 2 spaces below the inside address. So the choice of salutation depends on the personal relationship between the writer and the reader and the firm inside the address. You are addressing a firm, a company, a board, a club, and a society association, and the agency use their source. Always remember that the attention line does not alter the salutation. If you write a letter to officer by name, salutation will be their sir or their SMT or their com or followed by his short name. Use the second part of the name of the salutation. Example, there's Tripati, Sir Juan, Sir Harvey, and the following salutation are the little less formal descriptive. My dear sir, or the my dear name. The correspondent of a close friend, your address, name, or by first name. So, for example, their Harvey, their car, Bartlett, my Harvey. And the last one is number 7, subject. Subject is a purpose of subject line to let reader immediately with the message. It's about like attention and reference lines and receives types. The usual practice of 2 types of the line double space between the salutation and the first line of the body of the letter. Body. The main purpose of the letter is to convey a message. Of the main purpose of the message to produce suitable response in the reader. This is done mainly through the body of the letter. This is a reference important to organize the arrange and the material very carefully. In the first paragraph, reference to any correspondence which has already taken place should be given. The second main message received. And the closing paragraph. In the closing paragraph, you must state clearly with action you expect reader to take, and you may end the letter indicating your expectations, wishes, and intentions.
Number 9, complimentary clause. The complimentary clause is courteous leaving, taking polite way of ending a letter. It is typed 2 spaces below the last line of the body of the letter. The complimentary clause must agree with the solution is shown below. The first is the salutation, sir, ma'am, or sir, dear mom. So second is dear sir, madam, Dear sir, or the one, the informal. And the complimentary clause, yours faithfully or yours obediently, yours respectfully, yours faithfully or yours truly, and lastly, yours sincerely. Signature. The signature is sign name of the writer. It is placed below the commentary clause. The name of the writer is generally typed 4 spaces below the closing line, providing enough space for the signature. For example, yours truly and the down part is the name of the part called it the sender. So
Yes.
11.
11. Identification marks. These marks are put in the left margin to identify the typist of the letter. 1 or 2 spaces below the signature. Usually, the initials of the officer who dedicated the letter are put first. Example: if the letter has been dictated by Sri S.P. Shukla and typed by Kim Harul Gupta, so that's the example. 12. Enclosure. If there is anything attached to the letter, it must be indicated against the enclosure line, which is typed 2 spaces below the identification marks. Generally, the abbreviated from encircle is typed against which the number of enclosures is indicated. If, however, the documents attached are important, they are specified. 13. Copy distributions. Sometimes copies of a letter have to be sent to some people other than the addresses also. In such cases, the names of these persons should be typed just below the reference initials or the inclusion notation. If any, the names of the person should be arranged either in order of importance or alphabetically. Postscript. 14. Postscript is something written after the letter is closed. Writing a postscript indicated that the writer had forgotten to include something important in the body of the letter, or he had not planned his letters properly. From the viewpoint of a good business, PS, and it should preferably be avoided. Forms of layout. First, stationery. White paper should be preferred as the letters stand out clearly or it makes easy reading. The standard size of the paper used for business letters is 18 and 1/2 by 11 inches. Other sizes used as 8 or 10 inches by 10 inches or 5 by 1/2, 8 by 1/2 inches by and 7 and 1/4 and 8 and 1/2 inches. Second, typing. Most business letters are typed. There are 2 reasons for it. Typing saves time and gives a tidy appearance to the letter. Care should, however, be taken to get the letters neatly typed. Third, margins. Margins in a letter add to its attractiveness. Generally, a 1 inch margin is left on the sides and 1 and 1/2 inches left on the top and the bottom in a standard size letter. Fourth, envelope. Envelope should be chosen to suit the size of the paper on which the letter is typed. If a window envelope is used, the letter should be folded such that the inside address will be displayed. The number of folds should be minimum as far as possible. Style of presentation or form of letters. First is indented forms. This is the oldest style and is now outdated. In this form, the inside address is in intended style and every paragraph being 3 to 5 spaces away from the left margin. The indentation causes the letters to look uneven and the left margin. Besides, it takes more time to type because of the indenting. This style is not used today. So that's the example. Second is we have full black forms. This is the most modern style. All parts of the letters except the printed letterhead and aligned with left margin. A letter in this form saves more time because indentation is not required for any part. But some correspondents do not like it because it appears imbalances and heavy on the left side. So here's the example. Third is we have modified block forms. This style is a modification of the full block form. It eliminates the shortcomings of the full block style by keeping the date and complementary clause on the right in their usual position. The entire paragraph being at the left margin, and there is double space between the paragraph. This is the most popular form, as it has many of the advantages of the full form without its advantages. So that's the example of a modified block form. Fourth is we have semi-extended or semi-block form. This is like the block style except the paragraphs of the letters are indented. Those who use it, that is easier to read paragraph which begins with an intended line because one is used to see this style in print. As an example, fifth is we have the hanging indentation form. This style is like the block except that the first line of each paragraph is aligned with the left margin, whereas all other lines in which paragraph are indented 4 or 5 spaces. Its appearance is unusual and may perhaps catch attention quickly, but this fact could be a disadvantage as well. It may distract the reader by focusing his attention on the form rather than the message of the letter. This style was not popular in the world of business. So that's the example. Six is we have NOMA form. NOMA form, this is the most recent experiment in layout style. It is recommended by National Office Management Association of America, which is NOMA. It has been accepted in the UK also. It has most of the features of full block form. All lines begin at the left margin and the inside address of the block form. The special features of this form are: first is it has no solution and no complementary clause. Second, the subject lines is in capitals, 3 lines below the inside address. Third, numbered items of the list begin at the left margin, but if there is no number, the items are indented 5 spaces. There is no full stop at the end of each item. Fourth, the writer's name and title are typed in capitals in 1 line below the space for signature. Fifth, the typist's initials are in the left bottom corner. So this is the example. 7. Memorandums. A memorandum is a short piece of writing used by an officer of an organization to communicate within the organization. The literal meaning of the word memorandum is a note to assist the memory. A memorandum is used for internal communication between executives and subordinates. It is never sent outside the organization.
The last one is the purpose of writing memorandum. Memorandum or memos might be used for the official communication. Usually, memos are used for condensing scheduled message, for submitting political reports, third, for communicating changes in organization. Fourth, for ensuing instruction to the staff. Fifth, for conforming a decision made at phone. Six, for asking certain special information. Seven, for writing suggestion. Next is the advantages of memorandum.
First is the inexpensive. Because of its hand-to-hand circulation within the organization, it is inexpensive means of communication. Convenient. It is convenient to write unread memo, as all heading like data, person, etc. are usually printed in standardized format. Memos take comparatively less time of writing, transmission, and reading than letters. Third is the future reference. Memos are usually stored in office files or computers disks. As a result, they can be used for future reference. Fourth is quick. Memos ensure quick and smooth flow of information in all directions. With exchange of memos, the busy executives and employees can interact with each other without disturbing their routine. Fifth is the fixing accountability. As memos are records of facts and decisions, they establish accountability. Therefore, some organizations prefer to use memos or even for small events and requests than telephone verbal communication. The memorandum format. The memo format is different from that of a letter. Since a memo moves from one department to another or from one employee to another, the words from and to are invariably used in memo. There is no salutation and the writer's signature is put without writing the subscription or complementary clause. The memo is probably is written in a direct style and is as brief as possible. The three factors to be kept in mind while considering the tone are: who is going to read the memo, the subject matter of the memo, and the company in a house style.
Example of memo.
This is the example of the memo format.
Company name,
Company name, enter officer, memo, date, reference number, two, then from, then subject, copies to, then
this is the full format. This is the full format of the memorandum.
this is the format of the memorandum. Then report writing. A report is a form of systematic presentation of information relating to an event, progress of action, or some business activity. It is a written statement of result, event, qualities, conditions, progress, or interpretation of record. A report is a basic management tool used in decision making. A report carries information from someone who has it, someone needs it. Oral and written report. An oral report is simple and easy to present. It may consist in the communication of an impression or an observation, but written report is always preferred because types of business reports. First is the informal reports. It is written in the form of a letter from one person to another. Then second type of business report is formal report. A formal report is one which is prepared in a prescribed form and is presented according to the established procedure to a prescribed authority. First is the statutory. A report prepared according to the form and procedure laid down by law is called Statutory report. Non-statutory is a formal report which are required under any law but which are prepared to help management in framing policies and taking other important decisions are called non-statutory report.
Asa na ka?
Ako, di ba?
So this is the format of the reports, the legality, function, the frequency of issue, number of person, nature, and subject. Under the legality, this is the formal, the formal. Under the formal, it is a statutory and a non-statutory. Under the function, is analytical and informative. Under the frequency of issue, it is special and the routine or the periodic. The number of person is under the communities and individual. Under the nature of the subject is the problem determining, fact invading, performance, and technical. Periodic rating reports, they are prepared and presented at regular prescribed interval in the use of routine business. They be submitted daily. Branch manager or bank submits periodic reports to head office and the quantum business transacted during the particular period. Second is the special reports. They are related to a single location of a situation. Reports on a disability or opening a new branch or the unrest of a staff's particular branch are special reports. One of the basis of nature reports of the subject deal with it. We can have the problem determining report, fact-finding report, performance report, or the last one is the technical report. On the basis of the number of persons interested with the drafting reports, we can have the reports by individuals, reports by committees and subcommittees. Characterizing the purpose of a good report: precise and brief, accuracy, clarity, relevant, and rate-oriented. Purpose of business report: first is to present the factual information to management. Second is the records of facts, result of investigation or survey from the future reference. Third is to provide useful information to shareholders or customer, creditor, and general public. And the last is to make information from future. Guidelines, guiding principles of writing a report. These are, first, the report should be addressed to some deeply authority. Second, it should be contain a short, clear title to know about the report. Third, a report is generally drafted and advised usually to the reader. It should be called preparing for report. The investigation resource information, taking notes, analyzing data, making first is structured report. Latter, from the available reports, latter report is recommended is made part of heading data or data. Introduction, it presents the terms and references of subject studies, sales and facts. First, the findings. Third is recommendation. Second is memorandum. It's the simplest than latter form. The date is mentioned at the top. It is followed by the name of the person who wrote the report is addressed. The name of the writer and the subject is reported. Next follows the actual text and conclusion. So letter form, the next report is divided into paragraph with a heading and subheading. This is the memorandum date format, the date, the tone from the subject, the body of the letter. Letter text explanation form. Long reports are usually written in the letter text explanation form. A complete report is form is divided into the reader's parts, letter, dismissal, and the coverage. Title page, preface, acknowledgement, table content, list illustration, extract, summary, synopsis, body of the report, the introduction, research, methodology, analysis, description, finding, conclusion, and recommendation. And at the end matters, list of reference, glossary, bibliography, appendix, and an index. Letter explanation, letter presentation. Letter to the speed is written is transmit the report from the writer to the reader. It provides the agreement record transfer. It shows the date which the report was submitted. The cover page, the title page, the preface, and the acknowledgement. And number 6, the table of contents, which are the different contents you should use in your report, where it can be mentioned or explained in the report easily understood by the table. Second is 7 is the list of illustration, abstract of summary, and the body of the report, the introduction, the research methodology, analysis, discussion or description of the date, findings, conclusion, recommendation. And the ended matters under the list of reference, glossary, the bibliography, which is usually number, list of population of the wish, the appendices that contains charts, diagrams, article table, index that serve as quickly. So this is the end of our topic. This both of the lessons we're talking about is very giana to during our high school and senior high school days. So, God bless us all.
Bye.